So here you can see we have our flashing theft light and we have dashes on the cluster. Alright, so we got the Coyote fired up the other day and the theft light was flashing and it was kind of chaotic with all the different noises that were happening, and I thought maybe I was hearing the Volvo pump, but I'm actually hearing another noise now. Turns out it's the CCRM, the whatever constant relay module. I don't remember, constant connection relay module. Anyways, it's making this buzzing noise now that I don't believe we've heard before. So I've spent all morning digging into why this is happening and what's going on with it, and evidently it can, I found a video talking about lacking grounds. I've checked grounds, and then I went through back through the original battery cable harness and found another ground point that I guess we probably need at this point. So I'm going to let y'all hear what it sounds like, and then I will hopefully fix the issue and see if we get our odometer to start reading again and see if we get that issue resolved of the buzzing. Alright, so key on. You can hear this buzzing noise. I pulled the fender liner back out so I could see what it is. I can actually feel the buzzing noise on the module itself. I've checked all my powers and grounds inputs, outputs. I have only 5 volts on the PCM side. So I only have 5 volts outputting on the PCM side, so the original 4.6 PCM is not booting up properly. And when the PCM doesn't boot up properly, then the instrument cluster is unhappy because it thinks it's being stolen. So, and the PCM has to have that handshake for the odometer mileage to report correctly as well. So I pulled a bunch of stuff back out of here, and I have underneath all this, it's kind of hard to see, but underneath all this there's a large battery ground connection right there, which is currently not connected to anything. And then I come over here to my original starter harness, which we recently decided we don't need anymore, and there's a matching 2-prong plug here, and the matching 2-prong plug literally just goes right along this harness, these two smaller wires, straight to battery ground. So we are going to plug this guy in temporarily, battery ground, and plug the connector in and see if that fixes our issue, and if it does, then we'll make a clean install of this. Alright, I really have this roughed in here. I didn't even bolt it underneath the ground bolt, I just stuck it on the side, and I got my connector plugged in. I pulled it off the fir tree clip, but I got it plugged into where it's supposed to be, and I currently have the key on. So our buzzing noise is gone, we have mileage reported, our theft light is no longer flashing, so we're in good shape with all that. Well, I got my harnesses cut open where the tape is for the factory loom, and one of the grounds goes to battery cable and then back out. Probably just a redundancy thing. So what I plan on doing is just cutting these 2 wires here and then soldering them together. And that way I still have both grounds at the connector side down there, and then I'll have to get it routed correctly. And here's the wiring diagram side. The frustrating part is both my 2 grounds that come off of the CCRM shows one ground point 103 on the right side and 104 on the left side, but if you look at the module, both of them claim to go to pin 18. So in theory, this redundancy, from a diagnostic standpoint, if you have one ground working, it should be fine, but that is assuming that the diagram is correct. So my fuel pump relay side was working correctly, even though I had originally cut this wiring, I did electrically test everything on this side, and my PCM power relay was buzzing. But so if this one works and all my powers and all my grounds are correct, then that means the diagram has to be wrong on this pin. I did not actually test to see which pin it was because the car's working and I'm happy enough with that. But I just kind of wanted to show you my frustrations here with the diagram and how that led me astray in my diagnostic path. So I will need to further clean this harness up and make it all tuck in nice and play nice with what I've got in the car, but I'm happy that we got this issue resolved, and we can continue with this build series